guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today we are testing new drugstore makeup. I am so excited. I love this time of year. It is so much fun. I have new stuff from Covergirl, Maybelline, L'Oreal, all the things. I'm going to be applying them all to my face to show you guys how I get this look. It's not going to be like dead set reviews. This is really just first impressions, but I just wanted to test these products out with you guys because I think it's just so much fun. So if you want to see how I got this look, then let's just go ahead and get started. So I went ahead and I just went and did my foundation because it is a new foundation. It's the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. But I did a full first impressions wear test on this, and so I didn't want to show you guys me applying it again because that's kind of just repetitive. But I will link the video where I show this. I really love this foundation. It feels really thin on the skin, but it covers a lot, and I got a lot to cover today, so it is just a really beautiful finish, consistency, formula, all of that stuff. So go watch that video if you want to hear all of the thoughts, wear test it, see me apply it, all that fun stuff. But what I do want to go in now is with concealer, and I have this new one from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer Concealer. So this is kind of their take on the full coverage. I'm not even going to correct the under eyes because I really want to see how much this can really cover. So it comes with a giant doe foot, very like shape tapey kind of look to it. And I do have the shade Bisque. And so I'm just going to apply a little bit, like right there. I'm not going to do it crazy because it does say that it's full coverage, so I don't want to like overdo it, you know? But I just want to get it like up in the dark holes of my eyeballs. So that is how much I'm just going to apply of that. And then I'm going to blend this side out with a sponge to see how I like it. And then I'm going to do the other side with a brush. I just don't want to cake on too much concealer, you know, because I just don't like that look. I think it creases more. It just looks more cakey. It's just not a good look. But I feel like that concealed really well. So now we're going to go in with a brush, and I'm just going to blend out this side with that brush. I don't really know if I have a preference on side. I do feel like I have a little bit more coverage with the brush side than with the beauty blender side or beauty sponge side, whatever. I don't know. What do you guys think? I feel like I'm very bright. Let me try to turn this down a little bit. Okay, I feel like that's better. I was just like very, very bright. Okay, so I have an eyelash right here now in my concealer. Lovely. Let's just blend that out a little bit. So I'm going to add a little bit more just right here to try to cover up a little bit more of that darkness just because I didn't do a corrector. Just going to blend it out with the brush on both sides since I do get a little bit more coverage that way. It doesn't feel too thick though on the skin. It doesn't feel like really heavy, which I appreciate. Okay. I think that covers really well. I don't have a new powder to set it with, but I am going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me, so it is drugstore. It's just not new. But then we are going to go in with a new powder and set the entire face. Okay, now to set the entire face, we are going to go in with this new powder from Maybelline. I actually need my little scissors to open it. It is the Superstay Full Coverage Powder Foundation. So I have the shade Natural Ivory. I think this might be replacing the Superstay Better Skin powder. I'm not 100% sure, but I have seen that powder on clearance in some stores where, and so I'm like, this is Superstay, that's Superstay. I bet this is going to replace that, which kind of bums me out because I really do love that powder. I haven't even swatched this. This is the shade Natural Ivory. It might be too light. Oh, it comes with a mirror and a puff. I just want to see, like, okay, it's got, I mean, some color. You can definitely like see the coverage. So let's just see what we're going to work with here. So I'm taking a pretty dense brush. I mean, I don't know if it'll add like an insane amount of coverage, but might add some. I don't know. I am not someone that I just go in with powder foundations like just by themselves, you know? So I will probably never use it in that way. I will always use it just to set the face. But powder foundations are really nice when you do want to add some more coverage to your look. Whether that's, you know, you're using a lighter weight product like liquid foundation, or you just need a little extra coverage. It's a little powdery. There was definitely like a little kick up to it. And my skin doesn't look like overly dry, but it definitely looks a little powdery. But I do have a setting spray that I'm going to use, so hopefully everything will work out okay. Now, for bronzer, I also have a new Maybelline product, and this is the City Bronzer. It's the bronzer and contour powder. I have the shade 100, which is the lightest. I figured this was just like the safest one to go with. It is a matte finish. It's really light. Maybe I should have gotten a shade deeper. It says create a naturally bronzed and softened contour look with City Bronzer. So that's just what we're going to do today. I usually just take this brush from Wet n Wild. Okay, little kick up. So we're just going to tap the brush and start bronzing up the skin. I maybe should have gone to shade 200, although I don't know, with bronzer, I would much rather have a shade that's a little bit too light and have to build it up than a shade that's too dark and have to be really careful, because I am someone that I'm just not careful with bronzer. Like, clearly I'm just slapping this all over my face. So I don't love to be super careful with my bronzer, and I can kind of get heavy-handed with it. So this shade actually probably works out the best for me. I'm just kind of taking it right here. With this brush, I don't like really contour. This brush has kind of like a little dome shape to it, so I just usually get like the dome in there and put it on and then I just kind of take it down the neck, chin area, if I feel like it. Maybe hit a little bit of the nose. I just don't like a really, I don't know, I'm kind of moving away from that like really chiseled contour look, you know? Okay, I feel like that doesn't look bad. Like, I really like that bronzer. And it looks like skin-like. It doesn't look super flat matte, which I really like. So that's good. I feel like it blended pretty well. Like, it doesn't look that patchy or anything like that. So that's a huge win. Now, I don't have a new blush to use, but I'm going to just go ahead and use my Flower Beauty Blush Balm in Pinched. I have been obsessed with this so much, you guys. I talked about it in my yearly favorites, and I'm just obsessed. I'm just going to use this stipple brush from Real Techniques with some on the brush. It's such a natural tone that some of you guys might even be like, is that even showing up on camera? Probably not. I might go in with a little bit more actually, but it's just beautiful. It's like a really light, kind of peachy color. There we go. And then, since I do have a beauty sponge here, I'm just sort of going to tap over it just to kind of help things blend. I don't always do that, but sometimes if I don't really want to take the time to blend it with my brush, I'll just use the brush to kind of get it on my cheeks and then blend that out. I love this formula because it is so lightweight. It feels kind of like a gel cream. Like, it is just a really unique formula, and it's really beautiful. And I'm happy because with this product, like, the powder that I used made my face look a little bit powdery, where I feel like I don't really want to add any more like powder products, like blush products, you know, like powder products to my face. I don't even know what I'm saying. So I feel like this just adds a little bit more like natural skin-like finish back into my skin after that powder that we used. That powder's not bad, but first impression I was definitely like, oh, okay, it definitely looks like powder, you know? So it's kind of sinking in a little bit and meshing with the foundation so it doesn't look quite as crazy, but it's still kind of there. Now for brows, I also have a new product. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade. So it comes with a brow pomade and a brush. I got the shade Soft Brown. Where is it? I hate this packaging. Okay, well that took 5 years to get out. So it just looks like this. It kind of looks like their gel eyeliner. And then the little brush that comes with it is super precious. And I like that they included a brush. I think they also have a like brow gel kind of thing coming out, like almost like L'Oreal did. It had like a doe foot. Those things scare me. Okay, couldn't even get the brush out. Those things scare me. Like I feel like they look like, I don't know, it can just make you have Sharpie brows real quick if you're not careful. Okay, so the spoolie is nice. It doesn't feel too scratchy on the skin, so I can appreciate that. And my brows are a little bit more cool toned, and a little bit darker, but I like to use a lighter, kind of warmer shade, not too warm, but a lighter, little bit more warm, neutral kind of shade just to help balance the brows out, because if I would go in with a shade that exactly matches my brows, I would look insane, and so I don't want to look that way. So this is the shade that I got. Let's see. Okay, I like this because when I put my brush in, it doesn't like sink in. You know when you use a brow pomade or an eyeliner or something like this, and it's so creamy that when you put your brush in, it's like, and it goes right into the product. This one did not do that. So I'm just sort of like stamping the brush in. And then, let's see, we're just gonna like start with strokes. It's been a while since I have used a brow pomade, so this will be interesting. But because it's the tattoo brow, it like has the claims of like super long wearing. So that's always a good thing as well, because we don't want our brows to be disappearing throughout the day. Okay, so really I've only gone in like twice, and I'm picking up really small amounts of product because you just don't want to over goop the brows. It's just never a good look. I like the way that looks though. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other brow off camera because it just takes forever and it's really boring. So I will be back once these puppies are all done. Okay guys, so the brows are done and I really liked this product. I liked how little amount you needed to fill in the entire brows. I look very manly right now. I think I got like a little heavy-handed, but I think that's just kind of human error because I don't use pomades a ton. So I think I just need a little bit more practice with the pomade. But I really liked this product. I liked that it wasn't super goopy or dry. Like it was a really nice consistency, and you just don't need a lot of it to fill in the brow, which I like. So that was a good product. Now eye primer, I don't have anything new, but I'm going to go in with the Milani eyeshadow primer. So it's still drugstore. It is just not a new product. But I do have a new eyeshadow palette to use, which is super fun and exciting, so we are going to use that for our look. Okay, so now that we're all primed, we are going to go in with with this new palette from Maybelline, and it is the Matte Bar eyeshadow palette. So you get a ton of matte shades in here. I don't love that the pans are different sizes. That's kind of annoying. And they're really skinny pans, so it might make it kind of challenging to get a brush in. But if this is anything like the City Mini Matte formula, I love that formula so much. I talked about it in my yearly favorites. So I think I'll really like this if it's a similar formula. So what I'm going to do actually is just take this shade right here. See what I mean? Like it's kind of a little difficult to get a brush in. they're a little powdery, but not too much. We are going to start that in our crease. Just as a nice transition shade. Okay, so that's a really beautiful transition shade. Now, to darken things up just a hair, I am going to, first off, try to find my brush that I need. Here it is. I'm going to take this shade right here. It's kind of just like one step deeper, if you will, and it's still kind of more brown. There is this cool tone shade in here as well that you could use, but I kind of want to do a more like warm kind of purpley plum look today, because that's just the kind of shades that I love. Plus with the lip products I have, I think that will work really well together. But I do like that you get like, I mean, two cool tone shades. This is more of a cool tone brown, and then that is like a cool toned light brown, so it's like a cool tone transition. So that just warmed things up a lot, but I ain't mad about it. These shades are blending really well, and I don't think they're as powdery as these City Mini palettes, the matte shadows in there. I love that formula. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge person that like hates a kick up or whatever. Like, just tap your brush, you're fine. But if that is something that bothers you, this does not have that as much as those palettes do, at least in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with that first brush that we used with nothing on it, but I'm just sort of going to blend out that a little bit. Okay, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this shade right here. It's like the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm going to put that on my brow bone. I kind of, ow, what do I want to do? I kind of want to take maybe like this shade right here. It's like a light kind of peachy color. And just start working that a little on like the outer corner and crease. Just kind of blend that everywhere. Deepen things a little bit. I like that these shadows aren't just kind of blending away. Like, they're definitely like sticking and showing up, which I like a lot. Because sometimes I feel like with matte shadows, they can just be so dusty that they just fly away, and especially when you start kind of mixing them all together, and this I don't feel like is doing that. I really want to play with this purple. It's more like a fuchsia shade. It looks so gorgeous. I am so pumped. So I'm going to take a little bit of that on this brush here. Oh, I'm already obsessed. Throw that on the inner corner here, or outer corner. This would be on the inner corner. That'd be interesting, but do you, boo. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with that first shade that we used and just sort of blend out the edges again, just so it looks really nice and just blown out. But I am obsessed with this look. I love that purple so much. And like these tones, I was saying in my 2018 favorites, like for the eyes, I was saying that these kinds of tones, like the peaches and the purples, that is the kind of warm look that I just live for. Like, I think it is so pretty. I don't know why, but I just love it. I'm going to go back in with the shade that we used on the brow bone, but this is like a more dense brush. This is the Instapop shade brush from Real Techniques, so it's got kind of a slant to it. And I'm just going to pop that on the inner lid so we can add back some brightness. See, it doesn't add like too much of a difference, but it does add a little bit more brightness to the look. It's just a little something that you can do that looks just kind of like it finishes the look, you know? Oh, so obsessed. Okay, we're not done with this palette yet because we are going to use this. This is the Tattoo Studio liner from Maybelline. It's bold brown, so it's just a brown pencil liner, but it says that it's intense color, smoothable glide, up to 36-hour lasting wear, no smudge, no fade. I'll tell you right now, I'm not leaving my eyeliner on for 36 hours because I just don't do that. But if you need to, apparently Maybelline has got your back. They had a lot of shades of this. I just went ahead and got the brown because that's the color that I probably wear the most, like eyeliner wise. Well, that and like a nude, but I don't think they had a nude shade. Anyways, it is a pencil that you have to sharpen, so just a heads up on that. And I'm going to line the upper lashes with this first. Ooh, it is very creamy. Okay. It does glide on really well. I know I'm pulling my eye and I'm not supposed to, but I don't care because I need to, because I can't, I'm not that skilled. It is really, really creamy. And it is gliding right on. Okay, so before that sets, because it does say tattoo, I want to smudge it out a little bit though, because I like a softer liner look when I use a pencil liner on the upper lashes. That's just how I like to roll. Oh my gosh, where's my brush? Okay. So I'm going to go in with the matte brown in the palette and use this to help smudge that eyeliner out. So now I'm going to take a little bit of the brown on just this brush and just sort of like fluff it right here on the very, very outer corner. So it kind of gives us that wingish look without actually doing a wing. But it just kind of blends out the outside a little bit more. So that really blended out easily. I don't know, I wouldn't recommend, I'm actually going to draw it on my hand. So let's just draw a line. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, and then we're going to try to smudge this, because I don't know if I would do like one eye at a time or if I would do line, line, smudge, smudge, because I just would worry about it setting. That's usually, even with any other eyeliner pencil, that's how I like to work, because I'm nervous about them setting too quick. But we are going to test this. So let me go ahead and do the other eye, and then I'll be back to smudge this line out. So let's go ahead and just smudge this. Okay, a little bit came off on the finger. I think you guys can kind of see a faint line. It's a little smudgy, but like, not really. So definitely do one eye at a time if you want to smudge the liner out. I really have to like scrub it off with a makeup wipe even, because it was hanging on a little bit. So now for the lower lash line, I don't want to do anything too crazy. What I think I'm going to do is take that liner brush and just with that deep brown again in the palette, hit right here just to sort of carry that dark brown down. And then I want to, with a fluffy kind of smudge brush, I'm just going to take the first shade we used and run that. I don't want this look to be like super colorful and warm. I want to try to keep it somewhat neutral. So I feel like that's just, that way I don't take the orange and the purple like all the way around. It's just on the upper lid. And sometimes with peaches and like more pinky shades and even purple sometimes, like that's a very pinky purple, I feel like that can make your eyes look a little bit like reddish, you know, and so I don't really like to do that too much. So I just wanted to keep it really soft on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take that same eyeliner and just run that in my waterline. So we're going to see how it transfers onto there. Ooh, that was nice. Okay. I'm interested to see like how this wears in the waterline. I'm not going to do like a wear test update thing today, but what I am going to do is I'm going to review all these products. So this time of year, what I love to do is like dedicated brand videos. So I'll do like new from Maybelline, review all of that. New from L'Oreal, review all of that. So be on the lookout for those videos following this. I just wanted to kind of get ready with you guys and show you guys my very first impressions, and then I'll have dedicated review videos after this. So that really transferred nice and easy to the lower lashes, or on the lower waterline. Now I do have a new mascara. I have this one from Covergirl, and this is the Exhibitionist waterproof. Now I did get the waterproof because that's what I usually like to wear. I have been using this for a few days now because I was actually out of mascara, and I saw that this one was out, and so I just went ahead and bought it to test it, and because I needed mascara. It's not the most volumizing. I would say it does offer a lot of length, but not a ton of volume. So that's just something to be aware of. It does have that like hourglass brush to it that Too Faced Better Than Sex has, and the L'Oreal Lash Paradise has. So that's just kind of, I think, their take on this. Oh, I just got a little bit up there, but oh well, I'll wait till it dries and flake it off. So as you guys can see, I don't feel like it offers a ton of volume, but it separates them and it makes them longer. So I don't know. And you can build this up. It's just not as volumizing as I like, but I like even more what some people would consider like chunky lashes. Like I love a good volumized chunky lash. Like I think that is just, I don't know why. Not like when they all stick together and you have like 3 lashes, but I mean I like it to look like it has, you know, something down there, like on there, you know. So now we're just going to try to build it up a little bit. And it can, it's just not my favorite. I will say that I have been liking it more as it dries out. I think that at first it's a very wet formula, and I am just someone who, I don't love really wet mascaras. I like a more dry formula. For some reason, I just feel like they build better than wet formulas do, and they offer more volume. So this one, it's like you got to be careful because see with this one, they're starting to kind of just really clump together and not be like super separated, that once you get them where you like them, you have to stop, because if you try to add any more, it'll be like the point of no return and you'll have like 4 lashes. So again, it lengthens. It's not my favorite though. I am going to go ahead and use this on the lower lashes as well. I'm going to wipe off the brush a little bit though, because I don't want a ton of product down there. But I love the CoverGirl Clump Crusher Waterproof for the lower lashes, but this waterproof mascara is also really intense. Like, it's kind of hard to get off, I will say. Like, the Essence waterproof ones are not difficult to get off. And even the CoverGirl Clump Crusher is not hard to get off because it's waterproof. But this one, it is. It's kind of difficult. So just beware. Okay, now for lips, I have 2 different options. I have this from L'Oreal, and this is their, I think it's called like their Rouge Matte liquid lip colors. And I have this shade I Rule. It is a really gorgeous plum. So let me, and then I also have this from CoverGirl. I just found this at CVS. This is the Melting Pout Vinyl Vow. So I think it's like a lip lacquer, and this is the shade 205 Toasted. So let me swatch this. Ooh, this is like a flat kind of teardrop doe foot. Now I have worn the L'Oreal one. It's a good formula. It's a little thin, but it is matte. Okay, this CoverGirl one was not as thick as I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a little thick and goopy. It wasn't. It went on really thin. And that's how this L'Oreal one is too. It's super thin. So see, it's almost like, you know those old school lip stains that were in like the marker? Or I think even the brand NYC had some that you like had like a doe foot to it. That's what this reminds me of. Like, it's not a thick layer of liquid lipstick. It's more of like that lip stain type of look and like that feel to it. It's really, really thin. I'm not sure. I feel like both of these shades would work really well. So let's just play. Let's give you guys 2 different lip options here. So this is going to be the L'Oreal one. I really think that looks beautiful with this eye look. And as you guys can see, it went on like really thin. It's not thick and goopy at all. It wasn't the most precise application, but that's okay. See, I feel like it's almost like a kiss of this color, you know? Like, it's not really like intense and thick on the lips at all. It just kind of feels like I don't really have anything on my lips right now. So I like that, but I think I'm going to use this one for like the final look because I have worn that L'Oreal one before, so I already know what I think. And see, the L'Oreal, it kind of like stains. So I feel like it's just that like old school lip stain kind of formula, which I don't hate it. Like, I think that, you know, brands are maybe seeing that people don't like really thick, almost like goopy liquid lipsticks. And so they're kind of thinning them out again, which, you know, I appreciate. But see how it stains? Like, okay, I'm just going to go in with my sponge. See, like, you can still see it. Like, oh well. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the CoverGirl one. When this says vinyl, like, I was almost thinking of like the Too Faced melted latex. You know how, like, I never tried those, but people that did, I remember them saying they were like really thick and kind of sticky. That's what I was kind of expecting this to be, but it didn't swatch that way, so we'll see how it goes on. It doesn't feel like thick on the lips at all or sticky at all. Okay, so that's a nice gloss. You know, it's not overly like pigmented. It's not like a lip lacquer, but I feel like it does offer a lot of shine and it feels really good on the lips. It feels really creamy. So that is an A+ so far. And then I also have a new setting spray that I wanted to use today. So let's go ahead and open this up. This is from CoverGirl. Now they already have their Lock Up spray. This is the Cooling Setting Mist All Day Wear. It says it locks makeup in place all day, seals your look so it's smudge proof, transfer proof, and humidity proof all day. Microfine mist has a lightweight, breathable feel, suitable for all skin types and dermatologically tested. So let's test the spritz. Ooh! And it doesn't have a smell. I feel like the Lock Up one has like a light, like almost cucumbery scent. This one does not. So let's go ahead and test this out. Ooh! It feels a little cool, like when you spritz it, but again, is that because it's a cooling mist or is that just because it's like, you know, wetness on my face? That was kind of gross, but you know what I mean. The mister was really fine. I really liked the Lock Up mister as well, so I just like CoverGirl misters in general. But yeah, it feels good. Okay, you guys, so that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I loved a lot of the products that I tried in here. I'm so excited to kind of see how they wear today and what I think about these products like long term. I can't with my hair today. It's like just too much. It's too much. I don't know what to do with it. I like curled it today for the first time and I always hate it like the first day, and then once it falls I like it a little bit more, but whatever. So I really liked a lot of the products in here, which I'm so excited about, and I will definitely, like I said, be reviewing them. This isn't all of the products. I have so much Wet n Wild stuff coming off of their website that's coming in the mail, so look out for that video. That's going to be one as well. I love this time of year. I love new drugstore makeup, you guys. It is just everything. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to see all of those videos. Thank you again for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!